Welcome to Adventure Sports Gear. On today's episode, we're going to look at a smart ski device called Carv. So today's review is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually on location. We're here in Carrabasset Valley, Maine at Sugarloaf Mountain. I'm actually in a train car, of all things. It's been a retrofitted caboose. This thing is actually pretty sick. So what Carv does is you attach this small device into your ski boot, you download an app via the App Store, and you're going to connect it via Bluetooth. So once it's connected, you can either use wireless or wired earbuds, and what this device is actually going to do is look at your form and give you real-time audio feedback if it needs correction. So it has a 5-axis gyro built in, so I'm excited to see if this actually is accurate. I know a lot of people would prefer to get lessons in person, so this is actually something that's relatively new. I'm excited to try and see if it can actually save some people some money. So it would be just the one-time purchase versus continuously buying lessons. So we're going to take a deep dive into this and see if it's worth it or if it's a bust. So we've got the Carv device here. I'm actually going to be unboxing it for the first time. I have no idea what comes included. But we'll figure it out together. Let's take a look. Carv, your digital ski coach. Okay. It's got that new box smell. So let's open this thing. So it looks like I'm a large or a size E. The first thing we can see is this insole, and this is probably what you're going to stick in your ski boot. So we have some instructions. Oh wow, there's 2 devices. So these are actually gonna hook up to the back of your ski boot. What's interesting is taking a look at these cables. They're not micro USB or USB-C. It looks like Carv is using some sort of unique prong design. So it is something where you probably don't want to lose these cables. Doesn't look like something that you can just pick up at your local Best Buy or anything. So I assume this plugs in right into here, and it does. So let's see if we get a power brick so we can charge these up. So the first step in all this is actually taking out all the individual items from the box. And upon reading the instructions, the first thing we're going to do is take the insole out of your ski boot, and we're going to take one of these Carv inserts and we're going to put stickies on it, and then we're going to put this into the bottom of the boot and then put the insole back in. So we have these transparent stickies, and what they want us to do is stick these underneath the heel insert of Carv. So you just go ahead and put that on the bottom. We already did it on the other one, and I'm assuming this is just giving you easy access in case you need to pull these out of your boot. Now that we have 2 stickers attached to the bottom of the inserts, we're actually going to go ahead and stick these into the ski boot, and then we're going to put the liner back in. So I just stuck the heel insert into the boot without the liner. I have one of the cords going up the side of it. And next, what they want us to do is take this piece of black tape and basically just secure the wire to the side of the boot. Obviously, you don't want that wire moving around when you're skiing, but you don't want it to actually rip out the insole either. So we're just going to attach this to the side on both boots and then insert the liner. So I ran the tape across the boot with the wire just to make sure it was secured. I have easy access. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Then I put the liner in. So we're just going to do this to the other boot and take it from there. So now that we have both heel inserts inserted and everything taped along the side here, we went ahead and put the liners back in. It actually looks like we're kind of towards the end of the setup, which is actually kind of cool because that didn't take too long. One of the final steps here is just to take one of these little cords and attach it to the Carv device. And I think this is supposed to be so that if you hit a rock or lift or something, that you don't lose this expensive thing you just bought. So you can go ahead and kind of just make a little bit of a connection there via the back. And what they're instructing we do is, here is the outside of the boot. Here is you just take this and you're going to just put it on the first strap on the outer part of the ski. And then what you're going to do is actually hook it here. Perfect. And then we're going to actually take this device and plug it in right here. So basically this is all set up. This is all good to go. So I'm going to do this for the other ski, and then I guess the next step is going to be to download the app and get it set up via that way. The Carv Companion app is available via the Apple iOS store. As of right now, there is no Android app available. I do know it's something they're working very hard on and plan to update it in the future. So upon downloading the app, what you're going to want to do is enable push notifications and allow access via Bluetooth. That Bluetooth connection, after you have it successfully set up, is going to ask that you pair, and then what you're going to want to do is update to the most current firmware. Upon pairing the Carv device and updating the firmware, the next step in the process is to calibrate it for motion. So you're going to get some visual prompts via the app, and you just move the boot around in the direction it shows you. Upon completion of that, you'll get a prompt that you're ready to calibrate the force. Now the force, you would just put the boot on, lift your leg up when it prompts you, and then slightly put your foot down onto the ground, generating a little bit of force. Upon completion, you should see 3 green bars and the process should be complete. Quick tip, before heading out on the mountain, make sure both devices are actually fully charged. Now that we have everything all set up with the ski boots, everything calibrated via the app, and our headphones connected, I'm just going to leave the boots here until morning, and then we can go ahead and right on the mountain and test this stuff out. Mountain in Carv Valley, Maine. We've got our Carv all set up on our ski boots. I'm about to fire up the app and see how accurate this thing is. Let's go have some fun.
This skill development focuses on keeping your balance generally centered and slightly forward at the apex of the turn. To pass the level, you need at least 16 of your last 20 turns to qualify. Start skiing when you're ready. Let's do this. You've just leveled up.
I found the Carv app very intuitive, whether it was a freestyle session or some training, like working on my balance or my edging. I found it easy to use and easy to understand. And I thought the real-time audio feedback was very accurate and actually helpful with maintaining my form.
This skill development focuses on keeping your balance generally centered and slightly forward at the apex of the turn. To pass the level, you need at least 16 of your last 20 turns to qualify. Start skiing when you're ready. Use your leg muscles laterally to stop your knees folding inwards into an A-frame shape. Well done. You've just leveled up.
John, where are you going? You said you would never leave me. I'm in your boot, remember? You can never run away from me.
So after spending the day testing out Carv here at Sugarloaf, I'm ready to give my final thoughts. So who is Carv for? Carv is for any skier that's probably intermediate looking to improve their skills. I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner. You do want to be able to go down blues and greens safely, and if you're still doing the pizza thing, I wouldn't recommend Carv quite just yet. But as far as a digital ski coach, it was pretty accurate. There was a couple of times where it didn't register my motions correctly, but other than that, I was actually really impressed with the different skills and everything that it was judging my form on and giving me that real-time audio feedback. But with all that being said, if I had to give Carv a review right now, I would have to give it a 7.58 out of 10. There's definitely room for improvement, but I do think that's something they can do via software or firmware update. So I'd be looking forward to that. So thanks for spending the day with us, and hope to see you out here on the slopes.